or so. Hello, everybody. Happy Star Trek Tuesday. It is your favorite time of the week. It's time for the main viewer. We're going to talk about all the news of the week, the good news, the bad news, but especially the Star Trek news. Right? There's so much to talk about this week, everybody. First of all, Alex Kurtzman gives us an update. You may know who Alex Kurtzman is, of course. He gives us an update on Star Trek Starfleet Academy. Finally, it's here. The update is, at least.
The update is.
Also, we have a little bit of news around the Twitterverse and other online forums. Showrunner of Star Trek Discovery, seasons 3, 4, and 5, Michelle Paradise, gives us a little bit of information on how she feels about Star Trek Discovery's cancellation. For those of you that don't know, Star Trek Discovery has been canceled after season 5.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else is there? Doug Jones, our good buddy Saru. Doug Jones talks about Star Trek Discovery season 5 as well. And so does Trevor Roth, who is a Roddenberry executive. He gives us his opinion on that as well. A lot of Discovery stuff to talk about. A lot more of that. Anson Mount talks about Strange New Worlds. We're going to cover all of it if we have time. There's so much to cover. So let's just get into it with our good friend, Jenny R. Johnson, paintress.
It's me. Hello. Welcome to Tuesday.
Oh, I saw you on Twitter today.
Oh, you did?
Mhm.
I started a new painting.
Ooh.
Well, I guess the cat's out of the bag. Check this out, everybody.
Oh,
So this is from our friends over at twitter.com.
oh, hey.
Jenny R. Johnson teases everybody and says, "What's going on here? Look at, wow."
Oh, that's so cool.
I
Now
was
we need the music
cross-eyed.
playing.
Wait a minute, this is TikTok.
The theme song.
I saved myself some trouble and borrowed it. But that's me too.
All right, so that's cool. Everybody make sure you are following Jenny R. Johnson on TikTok and Twitter and all of those things, because she posts really cool little videos and pictures and stuff. Also, Melissa P. Longo is here.
P. Hi, it's not a P, but
What is it?
F.
F.
Nice. Yeah.
F. I feel like we know this,
That checks
actually.
out.
You know this.
But think about it. Dr. Anne Marie L. Seagull is here, of course.
Hi.
Everybody knows her as the walking exclamation point or your resident web crawler. She's everywhere. She knows everything.
True.
Except for Battlestar Galactica trivia. But
Wow,
she will.
I'm already working on finding which Battlestar Galactica podcast to fall asleep to during my watch.
Ooh, nice.
Get fully immersed.
Everybody at home.
Galacticast.
Oh,
Galacticast?
Sounds cool.
Yeah.
Battlestar Dramatica. So everybody in the live chat that has seen Battlestar Galactica, make your predictions now. Anne-Marie has just begun watching BSG for the first time ever. Make your predictions. Who do you think will be her favorite character on the show?
It took like a record only 80 minutes for me to get super into it. That's never happened with like other shows, I feel like.
It's so good.
What about Ghosts? Paramount's Ghosts. I think you
Oh, that's really good.
No, well, the thing is, I was really into the UK one, and I got really into that by like episode 5. So it was like a little bit unfair. Ghost is really good though. A few times.
All right, everybody, and my name is Ryan T. Husk, and I've seen Battlestar Galactica all the way through exactly once.
Nice.
But maybe it's time for a second time. Great show. Great show, in my opinion. The reboot, that is. Never saw the original. I only saw one episode of the original. Okay. So before we get into this, everybody, please make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, Hit the bell icon for notifications. If you're listening in, give us a nice 5-star rating and a pleasant and or funny and or informative or quirky review. We'd really appreciate it. Let's see.
Did you guys notice that somehow we all managed to match the background with our clothing without planning this?
Ooh.
Like we all,
And
like all of these
cat's
colors
butt.
are in there. And mochi butt.
It's a blue
And
gray.
mochi wet.
Mhm.
Okay. Let's see. Do we have any
Iversons are
predictions
here.
yet? Well, hello to Fran Iverson, Terry Rose, Don Power Ranger, Chuck A, Joel, what's up? Stephanie, Dave Gregory, Mark Zutkoff, Rashid, hello, Tanya,
Rashid.
hello, Casey Shafsky, who was in at STSF. Great seeing you there
Yay.
last week. Hello to everybody in the live chat. Aaron Frazier, what's up? Mona, hi, Chris Gavin. And the Matt Boardman.
Oh, fresh from birthday dinner
Ooh.
with like the biggest celebrity meetup of Star Trek.
Right?
Oh yeah. Great pictures.
And
Mhm.
Ryan M. and J.R. Poole and Robert Kaiser out in Austria. All right, well, let's just get into the news, shall we? Nobody has any predictions as to who they think. I think Anne-Marie's favorite character at first
Mm.
is going to
There's
be Gaius.
Ugh,
No.
I can't stand him already. Ugh,
Mhm.
guess the
Oh,
worst.
no. I know who she's going to like the best. She's going to like Ellen.
The
Ellen,
president?
The president.
Oh.
That was
Yeah.
gonna be my guess.
no, not the president.
Ellen's not there yet.
No,
Right.
Ellen's not yet. Ellen's
Yeah.
not there yet.
Right, I'm thinking
Laura
she's going to like
is the president.
Ellen is the wife of Colonel Ty, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's going to be her
Yeah.
favorite. That's her Luoxana.
Spoilers.
Oh,
I
I was like,
don't
this
remember.
show needs a Loxana, then I'll love it even more.
Mhm.
Yeah. No, she's great. Anyway, all right. So let's get into the news, everybody. So you know about Jenny R. Johnson's art already. Boy, we spoiled that right at the very beginning. So we're going to go to
Anyway,
Thanks, friends.
trekcore.com. This article is entitled Alex Kurtzman shares updates on Star Trek Starfleet Academy series. Cautions, cautions a long production timeline.
Well, I don't
throw
know
caution
about
to the
that.
wind.
Well, the skeptic in me wants to say, why? Because of COVID? That was years ago. Why? Because of the strikes? That was last year. What is it this time, you guys? Doggone. Is it because Canada's
Casting
got bad
conflict?
weather?
No, to me, it seems like he predicted a pretty realistic timeline for Starfleet Academy. I think we get stuck in our instant gratification heads that
Yeah.
if it doesn't happen right now, it's not happening. But if you look at all of the pieces that go into making a show, the timeline that he lays out is pretty realistic, in my
Mhm.
opinion.
So then why doesn't he say cautions a normal production timeline?
Does
Well,
he even
because
say
that's
caution?
just-
No, he says, no, maybe not. But if he's saying it's going to be a long production timeline, that means it's longer than the normal, I would
Yeah,
think.
but
But I haven't
Alex-
read this, so I don't know.
Yeah, but Alex Kurtzman didn't say it was a long production timeline. That's the writer of the article.
Ah, TrekCore has extrapolated this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that definitely seems to be what it insinuates.
Maybe
here.
also like they're starting the clock with when it got announced.
Oh, that could
Because like
be it
in my
too.
mind, I don't really start the clock till they start actually like
Mhm.
doing it.
Same, yeah.
Even though
Yeah,
I know their
until
production stuff.
Yeah.
until cameras are rolling.
Well, or
Mhm.
like when cast gets announced.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
that's fair. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love this because, last week when we did a poll as to what people wanted to see more on the main viewer and their favorite Star Trek and sci-fi news show, they
Mhm.
said they want more heated debates. So we are, man,
We're bringing
I'm
it.
going in deep. I'm pissed. Here we go. Whoa, boy, oh boy.
Amazing.
So it reads, a year after the series was formally ordered by Paramount Plus and 2 Hollywood stopping strikes later, the upcoming Star Trek Starfleet Academy project is moving forward through pre-production. And franchise boss Alex Kurtzman shared where things stand in a recent interview. Speaking to Collider, shout out to Collider, speaking to Collider at the South by Southwest Festival in Austin, Texas this week, Kurtzman shared that the writing team is about halfway through scripting Starfleet Academy's 10-episode first season, but it'll still be a while until we see the series, as casting has not yet begun. But that's okay. That's normal. It continues, while filming itself may start later this summer, that's great. Kurtzman was quick to remind Collider that it's not just on-set action that has to be considered. Quote, it could end up not airing until 2026. We don't know. Building the sets alone is a massive endeavor. Then 6 months of shooting, then 6 to 8 months of post. It'll come out when it's done. Oh, okay. Thanks.
Well, think about if they have to be in classrooms and stuff, that means a lot of extras and alien extras, especially set in the future. And those have to be big sets for there to be chairs, not just 2 people in front of an AR wall.
Yeah, true.
It does say, where did it say? Where did it say it's going to start shooting in summer, right?
Yeah. August, I think, right?
Start later this summer. Okay. So 6 months of shooting. So let's say August. 6 months later would be February. 6 to 8 months of post would be August to October of 2025. The math isn't adding up to the skeptic.
Well, plus there's the whole Strange New World season to do, and
they have to time things out. They have to time out the release.
Yeah. And if Lower Decks has a fall release as well that year, they're probably not going to want to air it simultaneously.
And if I were them, I'd air it within a month of Section 31 when people are getting out plus because of Michelle Yeoh.
Right. Yeah.
So then they already have it.
Okay. That works. But I'm looking at late 2025 for when I expect it to be out. I think it won't be till 2026 though, I bet. Thank you very much to Crawford Fulton King. He says, I wonder what you guys think of For All Mankind by Trek Man.
Trek alum,
Slim.
I think.
Trek alum. No, I was like Trek Slim. That's cool. Ronald D. Moore.
And
all right, everybody
Battlestar Galactica.
Everybody get your high bobs out of the way early.
We already did one round. We'll do another. Hi, Bob. But I feel like now I actually, after watching For All Mankind and totally loving it, and then falling even more in love with Deep Space Nine because of Seventh Rule, now I hang on every word of Battlestar Galactica and watch it differently because I'm like,
oh yeah,
oh, this guy wrote my favorite things. I want to eat up every little detail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he also the fact that that's kind of what he wanted to do with Voyager and didn't really get the chance
I can't stop thinking about it.
Yeah. It's exactly what he wanted to do with Voyager.
Yeah.
Which is so cool.
Yeah.
And then picturing Voyager actually being that, wow, what a different show. But I'm kind of glad that they did Battlestar Galactica as Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah. It's funny, I was just saying that to somebody the other day, it would have been so cool to see Voyager as that. But the fact that we got Battlestar Galactica, because it's just such a it's so good.
It's so good.
I just finished a rewatch.
Yeah. And spoiler, Nana Visitor is in an episode of Battlestar Galactica.
Oh my
you know. So you have something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Star Trek related.
There are other Star Trek actors in that
Yes.
show
There are.
as well.
Yes.
Also, but just to answer the question, I believe Anne Marie considers For All Mankind to be the best new sci-fi or current sci-fi show out there right now, I'd say.
Current. It's
Mhm.
amazing.
Mhm.
And I totally
Pretty
been
great.
cheating since like early on. I'm
Yeah.
so, but like it didn't get that much publicity here. And then I followed this Australian guy because he was a big Orville fan and he had this podcast, Orville Land. They work for like a network in Australia, and he and his friend, like, so they did Orville Land, and then they do this show called Always Be Watching. And they have a newsletter that tells you like every day what new shows are on around the world. And then they have a podcast where every week they like do a recap of all the new shows that came out and like which ones they've watched and which they recommend.
Nice. Yeah.
As we're like obsessed with For All Mankind. And unlike anything besides Orville, they would talk about it every single week. And I was like, okay, I need to. So then I was like, let me find my like Apple password, which was not an easy feat, so I can get Apple TV. Because like for some reason I had to find basically after like 4 hours at the Apple store, they were like, okay, what kind of car did you drive in high school? Because that was apparently my security code from like 20 years ago. and then I got it, and it's just the best thing ever.
That's amazing.
It's really, really wonderful and well done. And yeah, I would agree that of the sci-fi that I've seen that it's out right now, because I think The Expanse was pretty great too.
Oh yeah.
But for different reasons, it is probably the best sci-fi out at the moment.
Oh god. I mean, I watched it like a prequel to Star Trek.
Yeah, it's got that kind of vibe.
Right now,
Yeah.
it also has like, it kind of gives you hope, like, oh, look at all that's wrong in their world, and they're like improving over every decade. Star Trek cameos.
Our good friend J.R. Poole says, with regards to Battlestar Galactica, he says it would have been groundbreaking Trek for UPN if Voyager was like BSG, and we all know fans would have
hated it.
Hated it.
So true. So true. But I think it would have aged well.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you look at that,
Because
if you look at Year of Hell and think about that, like,
right.
Yeah. Which makes me so when I see
stakes.
Thank God we got the amazing happy end of like last few years of Voyager. Year of Hell's not my favorite, but I know I'm like in the minority. Things stressful.
All right, so let's get back into the lesson at hand, which is Starfleet Academy. Trek Core article continues. It reads, Kurtzman also kept secretive about exactly when the Academy series will take place along the Star Trek timeline. Most bets have been placed on the far future Discovery era, though nothing's been confirmed yet. But he did share some interesting information about the young characters around which the series will center. Okay, well, this is good. This is good. His quote is, there's a lot of different kids from a lot of different places. Sounds like a song. Some of them want to be there. Some of them don't want to be there. It's going to be a fundamental reinforcement of all the things we love about Starfleet in general. A fundamental Star Trek question is, how did we get here? How has this generation inherited the mistakes from previous generations? And what are we going to do to fix it, to build that optimistic future that is Roddenberry's essential vision? That is very much going to be at the heart of Starfleet Academy.
That kind of sounds to me, and I am reading into it probably more than I should, but it also sounds to me that the new Starfleet Academy is coming off of the burn. So they're trying to fix what has been broken in the Discovery timeline from the burn.
Reclaim.
Yeah. That's what it kind of sounds like to me.
Like, I keep thinking that it hasn't been officially announced, like what time period it is. And then other people are like, say that no, it has been officially announced.
Well,
so like,
when they first, Yeah, when they first announced that they were doing this show, they said that Starfleet Academy has been closed for 800 years.
Right.
Or not 800 years. How long?
But that just means that it hasn't happened before Discovery.
Right.
For all we know, it could be 500 years after Discovery or something.
Right.
You know,
That's true.
but yeah, so it has not been officially announced, but man, I would be surprised
Yeah.
if it doesn't take place like, a year or two after Discovery ends, or
Right.
3, like just kind of like a little space in between.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, so I listened to Star Trek All Access, which is Trek Movies podcast, and one of
Mhm.
Trek Movies team's Joe, he was actually at the red carpet because he lives in Austin or wherever, South by
fun.
South
Nice.
is. So he was like doing on the ground reporting, and on their podcast they released the interview clips, which were really cool because everybody stuff about like the premiere, just really fun to listen to. But it was heavily implied in people's answers that it was known that it was going to be in the same like time frame as Discovery. But also somebody on the red carpet, somebody also said like, I think maybe they even asked Alex Hertzman, like, will it just be following one class all the time? And he said like, probably at first, and then like you'll cycle in people who are coming into the new class, and like, so like, it has like rotating cast potential.
Mhm.
That's cool.
So our good friend in the live chat, Dead Purple 7, says Ex
Yay.
Astris Scientia, y'all, which everybody knows
Y'all.
from the stars, knowledge. Thanks very much to Dead Purple 7. Also was at Star Trek San Francisco,
Yeah.
STSF, Trek to San Francisco last week. Good to see you, of course.
She's at another convention since then. I just saw pictures on Twitter or something.
Oh, wow.
What was it?
Yeah, that's hardcore. Amazing.
You know, I'm just not so sure about this fundamental Star Trek question. I'm feeling very nitpicky on this Tuesday. Maybe it's because spring has sprung
I'm here
here
for
in
it.
LA. So all it's like saplings and seedlings. It's like
Yeah.
all these new ideas. And my question is, he says, a fundamental Star Trek question is, how do we get here? How has this generation inherited the mistakes from previous generations? But I don't feel like I remember that theme being
I had the
used.
same thought. Yes.
I'm like, oh yeah, that fundamental question that we've seen in every Star Trek series before.
Well, this is why I extrapolated that it is going to follow Discovery because that's where the mistakes would have come in, or the Federation was broken in that timeline.
Yeah, and we've seen that sort of like
wasn't
xenophobic-ish sort of like isolationist thing happening like with Earth, and yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Joel's coming up with nicknames. He says Ryan the Nitpicker Husk.
Nice.
Only today. Oh, Faith Howell in the live chat. She says,
Happy
hi all,
birthday.
sorry I'm late. What did I miss?
Happy
Isn't
birthday!
it her birthday? Yes, happy birthday to Faith Howell. She has the same birthday as Connor Trenier. That is Charles Trip Tucker, everybody.
Happy birthday, Connor!
Yay!
Woohoo!
But especially happy birthday, Faith Howell. Good
Yes.
to see you.
Yes.
Faith, please let us know in the live chat, have you had cake today? You're on the East Coast, so it's almost 8:30. Have you had cake today? And if so, almost definitely yes. What kind of cake did you have? Everybody make your predictions now. Red velvet, some kind of weird carrot cake thing.
Chocolate
I
lava.
would go for chocolate, but I think she wants something a little different. What do you say, the chocolate lava?
Chocolate lava, yeah.
That's the best.
It's so good. I could have one every day.
Something with fruit in it. Cakes with fruit in it are gross.
I mean, I do like a carrot cake with raisins.
All right.
in it.
Let us continue on. We're never going to get through this article, but it's really bringing up a lot of
questions.
I mean, I get him sort of, it's a bit of a jump saying that it's like the this is the question. I mean, like Star Trek is aspirational in that, like humanity working to be as good as it can be. And in that respect, I guess, sort of what he's saying, but he's sort of, I think he's making a bit of a jump.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Oh, a nice discovery
I
pun.
really like those three kids. I liked those three cadets a lot.
Yeah, remember these guys? The
Mm.
tall, thin Orion. We've got a Tellarite, a human, and there was a fourth one, right?
Yeah.
Who was the fourth one? I don't remember.
I can't remember
I
either.
remember the broody Orion.
Yeah, this guy.
Yeah.
Can't remember the fourth one.
The other guy?
Mm-mm. Okay, well, maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was just those three.
Oh.
It continues. The show may also follow these kids beyond their academy days or rotate new cast members in as some cadets graduate, Kurtzman teased. Quote, he says, without spoiling anything, what I'll tell you is I think the structure and the construction of the show is going to allow for both of those things to happen. Interesting. Finally, the producer also emphasized his goal to make sure Academy and other Paramount Plus series include the longtime fans of Trek's near 60-year adventure. He said, quote, you have to make sure that you are also pleasing people who have been around and are die-hard TOS fans, die-hard Next Gen fans. Whatever iteration of Trek is yours, you cannot alienate those people. You actually have to invite them into the tent. You need to make a show that you can drop into if you don't know anything about Star Trek, but also a show that you can get a tremendous amount of it if you have all of that canonical history. Huh.
That's interesting. I feel like Alex Kurtzman may have learned a bit over the last couple of years.
I think so too.
Why, whatever do you mean, Jenny R. Johnson?
Well, in the new iterations in the post 2017 Trek world, there's been especially initially, there was a real push to be like, this is new Star Trek and it's different and it's, we don't want the same production people and we don't want, we want it to be fresh. But I think initially, I think there was a sort of like exclusion from the tent initially. And it's just interesting. I think seeing people's reactions to, various parts of the different shows over the last couple of years, or I mean, over the last few years, really. I mean, we've had a lot of like so much new Trek. God, we've had a lot of new Trek. It's been amazing.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, but it's and we've gotten brand new stuff and we've gotten stuff that's throwback stuff, and it's I think he's seen the fan reaction to all of that and realized, oh, maybe we do need to sort of play in the whole sandbox.
Totally. It is an important lesson to learn because you have an entire franchise that has spanned 5 decades that people have invested their time and attention to for all of that time. And then to completely jump ship and with something totally different that doesn't really represent the franchise that you've supported your entire life, it doesn't really work. Why? But you do have to bring in new fans.
Absolutely.
And that was a lesson that needed to be
This
learned,
is an interesting point, and it made me think of hot dogs. Okay, obviously. So
an analogy.
3 out of 4 of us are vegetarian, so we'll call them vegetarian hot dogs. For Anne Marie's sake, you can have a regular hot dog, I guess. I think New Yorkers like their hot dogs and whatever you guys eat. Here's the thing. If somebody says, hey, dude, here's a hot dog with some cheese and some chili on it, I call it a chili dog. Here you go. Enjoy. And I ate it and I'm like, yum, yum, yum. I like this. Give me more of that. And then they go, here's another one. And then another one. And every day I get another one. And then one day he says, hey, who wants another hot dog? And I say, yes, please. And he hands it to me. And it's got like onions and like maybe soil on it. I don't know. Let's just say it's different.
Maybe,
No,
yeah.
let's
It's still
just say
good.
it has onions and mayonnaise on it or something, right?
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
so he says, here you go. And I go, I don't like this. This doesn't look good to me at all. This doesn't taste. And they say, but it's a hot dog and you like hot dogs. And I say,
Mhm.
well, it's got different elements. And just because I liked that hot dog, if you kept giving me that hot dog, I would have been happy. This was a gamble. You don't know if I like mayonnaise and onions. You're guessing. And I don't. I like
Right.
this hot dog. And so it's kind of a gamble. And all the people that like chili dogs,
Mm.
I don't know what the percentage is, but there's a percentage of those people that will not like this new hot dog.
Mm.
And so that's the gamble. And that's what they
Mhm.
did.
Yeah.
Not, and I don't like mayonnaise or onions, by the way, but I do like all the new shows.
Yeah.
That's just an
And
analogy.
yeah, exactly. You can expand the universe without creating a brand new universe, but you can also expand the universe without having it just be a rehash of what we've seen already.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So it could be like a chili dog, but it's got like a little extra something added. Or it could be like, hey, we're gonna take that onion dog and we're gonna put a little chili on it. You know what I mean?
Still no deal.
Onion
It's just-
dog.
yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
it's like impossible to please anybody, even within
Oh,
like
totally.
somebody's favorite series. Those people will then be like, well, I like this season, but not this season, or I didn't like this episode. So it's just like, it's not even between different series in the franchise. It's like
Yeah.
within the series themselves.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
That's too confusing for my analogy. That's like, I like this bite, but I don't think I
Mhm.
like the
or
previous
it's like,
bite.
I like this, I like Hebrew National, but I don't like Oscar Mayer. Like,
Yeah.
Ooh,
Right,
all right.
yeah.
We're back on the bus,
Yeah.
back on the hot dog bus.
Yeah.
I'm
Like,
hungry now.
I don't know. I talk about I always refer to Star Trek as like a buffet, you know, that
Mm.
there's
Exactly.
tons of stuff. There's tons. There's so much food. And there's literally something that everybody likes,
Right.
but not everybody likes everything.
Everybody can go to the restaurant.
Exactly.
point.
And yeah, exactly. You can go up as many times as you want and you can fill your plate and you can like leave some stuff and not take the other stuff and other
Mhm.
people can get other things, you know?
That's a good point. And then some people
Yeah.
are just going to keep going back and eating that same pasta dish. And people are like,
Exactly.
why don't you try the soup? And they're like, because I like the pasta. It's
Exactly.
delicious.
Right.
And that's
Yeah,
awesome
you
for
have
them.
a buffet at a convention.
Mhm.
Y'all are making me hungry.
I know.
Now I want a vegetarian hot dog, which are
Me too.
delicious, by the way, with
Is it
vegetarian
true that-
chili.
Is it true that Wiener Schnitzel has vegetarian dogs now?
Yes, they have advertised this, and I've seen it.
I want to
I
eat
haven't
it.
tried it yet, though.
I want to eat it.
Mm.
Okay.
All
Let's
right,
get back to Star Trek talk, everybody. The live chat is getting pissed. Terry Rose says Oscar Mayer is too salty. That's what Terry Rose says. Mona says, yeah, I'm hungrier. JR Poole says, a little extra cheese on it. Yep.
Mhm.
Back of the head, our good friend from Screen Rant, John Orchiola, says, I like all new shows on my hot dogs. He's like, give me the works. That's perfect. All right. Typical Bostonian.
It's chili and sauerkraut.
Yeah,
All right.
but when I was eating regular hot dogs, Hebrew National was my go-to.
Which also, that reminds me of how one of the reasons I love Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow is that they get hot dogs together and it's so freaking cute. Like, Lon and
Ryan's not sold on the hot dogs. Like-
sweet. I love that date day.
Mm.
Yes, I did too. It was like finally she got
Yeah.
some reprieve from her terrible traumatic
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
Today's episode is brought to you by
Hot dogs. Woohoo. See, I like the mustard.
Yeah, me too.
I like
And
just
I like
Me
cheese too.
Mhm. All right, let's
Mhm.
move on, everybody. People in the live chat are gonna get so mad. They're like, I'm just gonna leave and go buy hot dogs. If that's what you want, you got it. You win. I'm out of here. All right. So up next, here's a fun news item, everybody. It comes from
Oh,
aaronwaltke.substack.com.
Yay!
Yay.
Ooh, what's he
in 1
doing on
second.
Substack?
It reads, Hail and well met, fellow travelers.
Yay!
Not long ago, I conducted a poll to see if there would be any interest in me starting a newsletter of sorts. For those interested in what I do for a living, namely the nuts and bolts of storytelling and the daunting task of creativity in Hollywood. The answer was an unequivocal yes. So at the behest, sorry, I have to stop every time someone says behest, and dare I say, inspiration of some of my colleagues already on here, I've
Nice.
decided to open a Substack so you can follow my journeys week to week. So everybody go check that out. That's just a fun
Awesome.
news item.
That's great.
If you don't want to memorize
Mhm.
the website, oh, cool. Just go follow Aaron Waltke on Twitter. That's at Good Aaron on Twitter. And I'm sure you'll see the website from there. It's pretty cool.
Mhm.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Ooh, he talks about comics. Well, hang on a second.
Yeah.
Ooh, we love that.
Oh, and everybody, Aaron J. Waltke is a writer, head writer, I believe, on season 2 of Star Trek. Prodigy, writer producer. So
Mhm.
check this out.
Yeah, his comics
DC's
are-
How to Lose a Guy Gardner in 10 days.
Amazing. Guy Gardner, that's his name.
Yeah. The Green Lantern?
Yeah. That one anyway.
That looks like Biff.
I want to
He
read it.
does look like Beth.
amazing.
All right. Up next, it's time to hit the big news, everybody. This is the big news. You may have heard Star Trek Discovery's final season premieres in just 2 weeks and 2 days.
Wow.
Yep. That's it.
Wow.
So at trekcore.com, they've got an article which reads showrunner Michelle Paradise on Star Trek Discovery's cancellation and filming more scenes for season 5.
Well, I refuse to call it a cancellation because I just say it wasn't renewed and it was filmed over like the same amount of years as other Star Trek series that have run 7 years.
Mhm.
It's so negative.
Including Enterprise?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, unfortunately not Enterprise, but
I wish Enterprise got a 5th season, but that we've covered that before, haven't we?
Me too.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's worth saying again.
yes.
It's always worth saying. Yeah.
But it
Also,
bears
Trip isn't
repeating.
dead.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Obviously. By
Have you
sections.
seen the end of Enterprise?
It's a fake.
Have you seen when things explode? People always get beamed out of it.
Didn't
Exactly.
Connor Trinneer himself say that Trip Tucker is dead?
That's
I
what
don't
you
know.
He was just grumpy. It's fine. It's
Maybe
totally
you're right.
fine. I mean, you know,
Trip Tucker
All right.
lives.
yeah.
So we've got a quote from Michelle Paradise, showrunner of Star Trek Discovery season 3, 4, and 5. She says, quote, "We didn't know season 5 would be the end. We finished shooting in November of 2022 and then found out around the new year. And we can't say enough of our gratitude to CBS Studios and Paramount Plus for giving us the opportunity to go back and shoot some additional days because we felt like we really then got to wrap up the series. Season 5 will feel like a satisfying journey." I don't know why that just made me sad. I'm actually going to miss that group of fun people.
But they're part of
Yeah,
the family
They're
forever.
pretty wonderful people.
Yeah, they are.
As a whole,
Mhm.
every single cast member that I've met of Discovery
Right.
has just been so amazing.
Except for Anthony Rapp.
Yes.
No, I'm just kidding. No, he's wonderful. They've all been like amazing
season
people.
So
one,
great.
Back in season 1, I ran into him on the street in New York and he was like going for an interview somewhere, but I was like, oh my God, are you Anthony Raff? And he was like, oh, yes, what do you want? I was like, I love you. He's like, oh, thanks. Okay. I'm getting back to prepping.
He's like, can I just order my hot dog and go?
Mhm.
Okay.
I want a hot dog.
But that is an interesting point. I didn't even think about it when she's saying she's grateful to CBS Studios and Paramount Plus for letting them
Yeah.
come back. I didn't even think about
Oh my.
the fact that they didn't have to do that. They could have just been
Yeah.
like, no, that's
Right.
it. No other show's been able to do that
That's
Yeah.
true.
in Star Trek history that we know of, right?
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
weren't just like, all right, Enterprise, you can reshoot a bunch of stuff for the end of your
Oh.
season 4. And they're like, okay, we want to shoot
Mhm.
holodeck stuff.
Well,
Yeah.
no, but they
Yeah.
knew they were ending. But I would say like
That's
the
true, they did.
comparison is
Yeah.
like TOS. Because TOS didn't know they like. I mean,
Yeah.
TOS just kind of ends weirdly.
Right.
Mhm.
I know they
Right.
knew they were evil, but it's not
She
like
did
a
yeah.
real
Mhm.
ending.
She did say that they were lucky that season 5 doesn't end on a huge cliffhanger. So
Yeah.
it doesn't, so it wouldn't make sense if it just ended there. But it's nice that they got that closure. Whoa.
What
I was like, is
happened?
Ryan in the void?
I know.
I'm having fun here.
In the Phantom Zone.
Okay.
Oh.
Just trying to see what's going on here.
Hmm.
Ooh.
What is going on there?
Just testing out new things to enjoy.
Huh.
That's kind of creepy. I don't know how I feel about this.
Oh, that's weird.
All right. So it
Oh,
reads.
wow.
Oh, that's amazing.
That is amazing.
It continues. Her quote continues. Then we were able to kind of do a little bit of extra. All right, we can't do this. Too much
Reading it.
giggling.
I don't see you
But
reading
it's
it.
novel. And
It's
it
so
feels
good.
like we're in class with Ryan.
Yes. It's
Oh,
very
that's the nobody-
engaging.
Oh,
That's
Starfleet
great.
Academy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's
Do
it
it.
again.
Classroom.
Do it again.
Hmm.
You'll have to do a poll.
All right. So it continues. Then we were able
Yay.
to kind of do a little bit of extra to wrap up the show as a whole. And we are so grateful for that. So when we got to go back and shoot that material, we knew going in that those few days were going to be the last days. And it was kind of cool because we got to go in knowing that and really just appreciate being there, appreciate being with one another. We got to say goodbye on the sets. It was just a really special and bittersweet thing. So it was wonderful to get to do that.
That is
Aw.
cool. I really like a lot of
But-
times, like when you can hear, like in Mark A. Altman's book, there are a lot of interviews about like how people felt at the end of, especially Voyager, but like Deep
Yeah.
Space Nine. And it's always like people remember who their last scene was with, and like
Mhm.
that last scene that ends
Yeah.
up filmed, like it was like the last scene for Voyager was like the EMH.
Yeah.
It's just like it clearly is really special, and I do feel like it shows through on the screen.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. But I have to mention that Teacher Ryan here wasn't on Teacher Ryan on YouTube.
Oh.
Oh, so they just all think that we're weirdos, like giggling about nothing. Where I'm doing this whole shenanigans and you guys are tee-heeing. And they're like, what's the problem? Can we just read the
Oh.
freaking article, guys?
That's so sad.
Is that right,
I
though?
know. Well, on my laptop, it didn't show you with the words. It
No.
had you in the
Pissed.
square box in the corner.
Man, I am livid.
Scared,
Me
sad.
too. Me too.
No, you're right. I'm checking right now. Well,
Hmm.
that's peculiar. I don't really
Yeah,
understand it then.
peculiar. Then what's the point?
Yeah, tell me about it. Okay. So that was nice. And to Anne Marie's point, I just wanted to add that, yeah, I remember Kate Mulgrew telling a story many times about how in the final days of shooting Voyager, they were tearing down the sets around her, literally tearing
Ah.
apart the Voyager, the USS Voyager,
Yeah.
as she's saying, engage and all that kind of stuff and whatever. So it was like this super sad day where they're like, okay, they're tearing down this wall and they're like, okay, hold the work. action, and she's supposed to, perform her little things. And so that must have
that's
been
annoying.
really
Yeah.
sad.
Yeah.
for-
Yeah. That would have been so distracting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there's more to read here, so let's do it.
Woohoo.
But I'm going to do it the normal way so that everybody knows that it's
Make it fun
normal.
for us.
All right.
Yay.
Here's a shot of them
all look
at
so
South by
good.
Southwest.
Yeah.
So many costume changes or wardrobe
Yeah.
changes.
The
Yeah.
writer-producer also commented on if the cancellation impacted season 5 storyline. Well, how could that be? She says, I don't think knowing about the cancellation would have changed season 5. Each season in Discovery, we explore big themes and big ideas. This season is no exception. Without giving any spoilers away, this season is thematically about purpose and meaning. I'm not sure you can get much bigger than that ultimately. It's also about the age-old Star Trek question about how did we get here? Who? No, I made that part up because I was just trying to validate what Alex Kurtzman said about how we got here from the people before us. And we'd be like, whoa, it is true. They really did do that. All right. She continues. So after we finished filming and then found out that this would be our last season, we've sort of talked about it. If this had to happen on any given season of the show, it felt like this was the season for that to have happened. Because when we found out that we were going to be able to shoot some additional material, we looked back. There was nothing that we changed in the season itself. We did some additional shooting, but we didn't do reshoots. We didn't have to go back and chop up episodes and change a bunch of things. It felt very organic, what we were doing for those last few days of shooting. And I think people who don't know that we didn't know going in that it would be our last season will have no idea that we didn't know. I think it will have felt planned. Okay,
That's
so
cool.
that's great. That's definitely new information that they did not reshoot anything or cut anything out. They didn't say this doesn't work or we have to change this. We can't have Michael and Book breaking up again because we're going to have them end up together. There was none of that. So it felt very organic, as she says.
Cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
What do you think, Anne-Marie?
Yeah. I mean, Discovery's a good show for this because usually their seasons do feel pretty wrapped up. Exception of like when they went to the future.
Right.
Yeah. And I guess this last season was sort of ended weird. Yeah. Isn't Book in jail?
Yeah,
Okay,
the last we
I don't
saw.
remember. It's been so long ago.
Yeah.
I should go back and watch them.
Who ended up in jail? What?
Book. They took him away.
In the brig or something.
Yeah.
So he
made some
obviously
poor
got
decisions.
out
One would think.
from the trailer.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like.
Maybe they break him out.
What was that? That reminded me. What
Good
was
old
that
jailbreak.
movie? Old
Shawshank
School?
Redemption.
I think it was Old School, where the character that Jeremy Piven plays, and they're like, "Wait a minute, weren't you?
Yeah.
Didn't we stuff you in that trash can?" He's like, "I got out." That was funny. It was very funny. Good delivery.
Oh my gosh.
I got out. He probably like does a little twitch or tweet.
Yeah.
Because he likes to
Yeah.
do those.
That's a Piven.
I'm thinking of hot dogs again. Sounds
God, I'm gonna have to eat after this. I'm hungry again.
Me too. Yeah.
Everybody in the live chat, let us know what is your favorite way to eat a hot dog? As in, what toppings do you like? I think for me, it might have to be chili cheese dog, chili cheese pretzel dog.
Ooh.
Mustard.
No corn
Pretzel
dogs
dog.
allowed.
In jail.
No.
Pretzel dog, like pretzel
dog.
bun.
Yes. Pretzel bun. It's so
God, you Americans are wild with your food, eh?
Yeah, we go for it. All right. Just to close up this interview, because it's a really good one. Very informative. It continues. even for people who do know, I think it will feel very, very satisfying when we get to the end. I think we've done really wonderful work over the season just for the season itself. And then our characters get, a proper ending. We're fortunate it's not ending on some sort of cliffhanger. Oh, that would be terrible.
Yes.
Like, are they all going to die? And then we never find out. Spoiler alert, they don't die. I'm super appreciative of all
Just
that.
that they don't all die.
I know we all are. Right. Can you imagine?
I mean,
Like,
honestly,
what if
the cliffhanger of Q coming back for Jack Crusher is already bad enough. Like, I couldn't take their series doing some sort of thing.
Well, can you imagine what if they had a best of both worlds part 1 situation?
Oh my God.
And then it
right?
ends and they go, you can come back and like shoot a scene to close it up. They'll be like, okay, we gotta Picard defies the Borg and walks home or something.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
that'd be horrible.
It got me thinking about the cliffhanger for season 2 of Strange New Worlds.
Yes.
I don't know who lives and who dies, or if anybody dies. That's a huge cliffhanger. And I'm can't wait to find out what happens.
Someday.
That's an excellent point. If they got canceled or not renewed, then I tell you what, we'd be in it. It rhymes with not renewed, I guess.
Nice.
I think it
nice
does.
One.
Oh, you know what? I heard another crazy thing. So this isn't in articles, but this was in the Star Trek All Access podcast by Trek Movies red carpet thing. So they were talking about that new guy, Rayner, who's like in Discovery season 5. And nobody kind of alien he was, and people were like, is he Romulan? Is he Vulcan? And they said on the show, once you see him in the like premiere, it's obvious he's not any of those, the way he acts. Turns out he's a callback to a Deep Space Nine alien from the episode Armageddon Game. He's a Kelleran, like the Harvester.
Oh,
Kelleran.
Kelleran.
That's cool.
You know the people
I don't
with
remember those.
Remember, like one has hair like this, and one has hair like this. So when I wear my hair,
yes.
Mm.
they were in our outrageous hair category too, because they had some outrageous hair.
I think that's like so cool to choose like such a deep cut alien from a random Deep Space Nine Bobble episode.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that.
Are we talking about these rascals here?
Yes.
When you look, those are his ears.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're like a little bit like floopy.
Kind of long and floppy. Yeah.
Everything I'm afraid about Discovery is getting me really excited. But this one, I was, oh my God.
There's a Battlestar Galactica connection right there.
Oh.
Because he is have you gotten that far yet?
I don't recognize that guy.
For 2 hours in.
He's okay. He's a guy in it. Spoilers.
Which guy?
I'm not telling.
Time for a rewatch.
Yeah.
Because it's been so long.
He plays he's you see a lot of him in Battlestar Galactica.
That guy?
Yeah. Rayner.
This guy?
No, not this guy.
Oh.
No. Rayner, Captain Rayner, the new guy.
Oh, yes.
Oh, Callum Keith Rennie, as Mark Zutkoff says in the live chat.
Yes. Thank you.
Oh, good night, Rashid. It's so great to see you.
Oh,
yay. Have a good night.
Not yay that he's leaving, but yay that he was
here.
So wait, you're talking about this guy?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't recognize him either.
He's
from
the
Battlestar Galactica.
Definitely seen him in other things, but I can't remember where. But maybe it's Battlestar. I just don't remember.
Yeah. And you'll actually learn a lot about the English language on that show entitled Battlestar Grammatica. All right.
Oh, frack.
Yeah. All right. So up next, we have an article by our friends at trekmovie.com. Look at our pal, Mr. Doug
Ooh,
Jones,
so
that
cute.
everybody
We
knows
love
and loves.
him.
Yes, with his bow tie and his suit of armor, kind of, for Saru. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Awesome.
So cute.
It's
Mhm.
entitled Interview Doug Jones on More Action and Romance. That's redundant. For Saru in Star Trek Discovery Season 5. Thanks, Jenny.
Nice.
He's smiling. He knows. He gets it.
Yeah, he does.
Zing.
Bow, chicka, bow, bow.
Melissa. Tisk, tisk.
Zing.
Oh man.
All right, so check this out, everybody. It's a fun interview for everybody to enjoy. The question is, we can see that Saru gets into more action in season 5. Was this a new challenge, especially with all the makeup, or was this your stunt guy's problem to solve? Doug says, my stunt guy, I want to give him full credit for all that he did for me over all the 5
Cool.
seasons, as well as Shape of Water and What We Do in the Shadows. He's been my guy in Toronto. When you find a tall, skinny stunt actor who can take a hit and live through it, you keep him. And Boston Camilleri saved my life. So he did the lion's share of outdoors, even uneven terrain running. That was him. But I still have to do an awful lot out in the forest as well. And when you're wearing heavy makeup with prosthetics, it is what it is, no matter what environment you're in. It doesn't even need to be treacherous terrain. Just even trying to walk, it's hard enough on a flat floor, let alone in a forest.
Yeah, that's crazy with the shoes that he wears.
Mm-hmm. I always wondered about that and him walking on that glossy marble floor because high heels are difficult to walk in on slippery floors. So he's definitely
a pro.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I've always really gotten a kick out of the fact that he's got like not just the Starfleet flu bugs, but the special like he's got custom Starfleet flu bugs.
Oh yeah,
You know?
amazing.
Those little hoopies.
Yeah. I want to see his real Saru's feet and what they look like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
There are a couple like fun, I know this is a long interview, but like there are a couple other like fun parts of it. So the next paragraph is fun. There's
Ooh,
prosthetic.
we do love fun things.
Yeah. That was fun.
So check this out, everybody. Question is, we can also see that this season will also be emotional for Saru. You are conveying a lot of feelings. So were there any changes in the makeup that allow for more facial expression? Hey, that's a great question.
Yes.
He responds, not necessarily, except that the silicone material that my prosthetics are made out of, I found out they accidentally ran it softer than usual one time. And I said, oh my gosh, this is so much better. They can run it hard like a truck tire. They can run it soft like a breast implant. Oh. They can run.
Comparison there.
I guess he's had a lot of breast implants on his
Saru,
face.
your face is so supple.
Yeah. He's like, thanks. I got it at Beverly Hills.
Soft yet firm.
Yeah.
He continues, they can run the whole range. So the softer, more pliable version, I asked them to keep it that way from now on. We didn't discover that until season 5, tee-hee. So better late than never. It does move better now. It does express better. The question is there anything else in the new season that is a big leap for you? New territory as a character, as an actor? The answer is, oh, this is what Anne-Marie was alluding to. I'll just bet.
Actually, no, I was going to skip it because I know I talk about it all the time. But yeah.
Oh, no. All right, President Tarina. Having a love interest with President Tarina, my lovely Vulcan lady friend. And it was a very
Well,
dignified and subtle relationship.
yeah, that builds to a lovely crescendo. That part, I was like, oh, I can't wait.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It should be all over the Laffy Awards next year.
Yeah.
So what were you
Builds
talking
to
about,
a
Dr. Anne-Marie
lovely
Siegel, that
crescendo.
When you like
you
start
think should be
scrolling down,
highlighted?
we're starting to get into the like, can we expect to see Saru in the future, perhaps on the
Okay.
Starfleet Academy show? So we're
Oh.
starting to get all of those questions, which are fun to like just entertain.
Yeah, his answer is to seeing Saru in Starfleet Academy. He goes, I would say, never say never. I'm open to it,
Which I'd love to
but I've
hear.
heard nothing so far. No one's called me yet. Interesting.
Super nice he's open to it because like I feel like especially for him who's had to be under such like huge prosthetics, like you know, he could say like never again, see you suckers. So nice.
I think that sounds like no for season 1 at least, because if they were going to write him into season 1, they would have already asked him.
Well,
He would
he's a
already
busy
know.
guy. Unless he can't announce it, but yeah.
But then he would
Right.
just say, oh, I can't comment on it. You know what I mean? He wouldn't say, I haven't been asked yet.
Never
Most
know.
likely. That's my guess reading through the tea leaves. Doesn't mean no for season 2 or 10.
Yeah.
But that sounds like he has not been approached for season 1, and they would need to approach him if they're in the middle of writing it. It would have happened.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, but they are still in the middle of writing it. So
True.
it doesn't mean he can't come in at the
It's a
end.
busy schedule.
Maybe the last episode. I don't know.
But if they've got they've got the season outlined, I would think.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
I would think. I don't really know how they do their room, but
That's how they do it, isn't it?
but doesn't mean he can't or doesn't mean he won't. That's just my I know nothing guess. So moving on, let's see what the people in the live chat are saying today. They're a rowdy bunch, by the way. They've been talking about hot dogs all night. Tired of it. Badger says, babies? Barry F says, silicone makes good airlock door seals too. Huh.
Nice.
What are we missing in this live? Man, the party's in the live chat today.
I know.
Let's see. Mark Zutkov says, did we just hear Melissa's cat?
Oh, I was just typing. No, typing a response to that. No, that was
no, I was
one of
just
my
hungry.
No, that was one of my roommate's cats. He's a whaler. He's a yodeler.
That's nice.
Screaming the song of his country, of his people, of his species.
Aw, cute. Hungry yodeling cat. Barry F says a surly bunch. All right, cool. So also hello to Portia. Welcome. Hello to On B and Linda Anderegg. One Trek fan, also out in Canada, is joining us. John Davis, hello. Ben Genium with the cool name is popping in.
And hot dog emojis.
Is that what that? Cool. I was like, what are those? But you're right, hot dog emojis. All right, cool. Let's get back into this. Badger says, that's an easy choice.
What's an easy choice?
I don't know, but I'm telling you, everybody listening in, you've got to get in this live chat because they're talking about some cool stuff. And if you don't know what they're talking about, you got to get in the live chat.
Yeah.
Okay. So up next, we have a little bit more of Star Trek Discovery chatter.
This one I can just kind of summarize because there are a lot of really good people. Like there are a lot of good what they're calling like non-spoiler reviews.
Yes.
Oh, never mind.
So check this out.
This is along those lines.
Right. Yeah. So check it out. ScreenRant.com. It's our buddy John Orchiola, who may or may not still be in the live chat. He might just be watching wrestling right now. It's entitled Star Trek Discovery is looked at as, quote, a huge success, says Roddenberry exec. Exclusive. Star Trek Discovery's cancellation doesn't mean the series wasn't a huge success that ushered in a new generation of Star Trek TV shows. We'll get the summary here. Discovery's cancellation doesn't negate its success in shaping a new era of Star Trek TV shows, according to Roddenberry Entertainment executive and nice guy Trevor Roth. Also, despite Paramount Plus canceling Discovery after season 5, Roth views the show as a trailblazer that laid the groundwork for future Star Trek series.
Yeah.
And lastly, Roth highlights the strong bond among the cast of Discovery, describing them as a close-knit family who genuinely care for each other on and off screen. Oh my goodness, can you imagine 30 years from now and they're like tight like the TNG cast, you know, still razzing each other and having like dinners over at each other's houses with little giggles and they're all, and Doug Jones is, he's like outliving everybody. He's like old but still doing cartwheels and stuff.
It'll be
like Jack Palance doing one arm push-ups.
Longevity.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So that, everybody, is a ScreenRant.com article. Be sure to read that entire thing at ScreenRant.com and let our friend at Back of the Head on Twitter, that's at Back of the Head, let him know how you feel about his articles. But let's talk about this a little bit more.
Read.
So Trevor Roth mentions the success in shaping the new era of Star Trek TV shows. Think about it. Strange New Worlds was kind of a spin-off of Discovery. Starfleet Academy, we're assuming, is a spin-off of Star Trek Discovery. Section 31 is going to be a spin-off of Star Trek Discovery.
Right.
Yeah.
So it definitely did. I was also thinking earlier today, actually, coincidentally, I was thinking I can't wait to go to like an STLV or like the big Star Trek convention of the year, Creation Entertainment's STLV, that I love to go to every year. And so does Anne-Marie, and so does Melissa, and Jenny R. She's getting on the team.
I love it too. I have a plane ticket, baby.
It's better than
I'm
me.
going.
Yes.
Yeah. I was thinking 3 years from now, we can already do a 10-year anniversary of Discovery. And we can
so
like
crazy.
That's nuts.
That's
which
so
would also
crazy.
not just be a 10-year anniversary of Discovery, but a 10-year anniversary of ushering in this new era of Star Trek. So I was kind of already fantasizing about that, kind of skipping ahead.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, he also mentions that it's a win because in the current streaming era of television, 5 seasons is a really good track record. It's a really good run. Because like you said, it has almost spanned a decade.
Yeah, especially for a genre show. Like,
right.
You know, it's not like The Office. It's not
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Anne-Marie, do you remember when Discovery started shooting? I mean, it was probably in 2015, at the very latest 2016. So this thing has been a production for very close to 10 years already.
That's amazing.
No
wonder they're also
developing
close.
it, pitching it.
I know. Yeah.
So that's all very interesting.
A couple of hi to Becca in the live chat. And also, I have my Bliss pillow. So cute. Oh my God. I love it so much.
What's the theme on that one?
It's Star Trek Prodigy. And it's also like every square is like a word from a Star Trek Prodigy episode with the character who like says it or like
That's awesome.
It's cute. My favorite one is cahoots. But
I love that word.
It's adorable.
Dude, it's like doll and Gwyn.
Oh,
it's really cute, especially as Prodigy especially needs more merch. So
yes.
I love you so much. You can look for those at your next Star Trek convention.
Cahoots, cahoots, cahoots.
Mona says 30 years from now, I'd be 98. Well, William Shatner would be 123, and I bet he'll still be around.
Yeah.
That dude's going to outlive all of us.
I think he is.
Everyone.
He's going to be like a Twinkie, where like 1,000 years from now, he won't have like decayed in any way.
Yes.
He'll just be like a guy, and he'll still be like doing talk shows and stuff.
Like he went to space and he was like, okay, I'm not done. I am
Yeah.
not done. There's so much more. Like I haven't even gotten started
Oh
yet.
my gosh. My
Yeah.
head
He was like,
just-
whoa, it's space. And space was like, whoa, it's William Shatner. Very cool.
Oh.
Now, lastly, there's just a tiny bit more to touch on with Star Trek Discovery. This is from cinemablend.com. Mick Jost writes, the article is entitled Star Trek Discovery Season 5's start feels bittersweet and really drives home how much this show reminds me of Voyager.
I do.
Anne-Marie,
So,
what's that about? You were kind of
so
mentioning
I
that.
love that. I'll summarize. The summary of that is like, so he obviously has the screeners for the first 4 episodes. And bittersweet is a word you're hearing like everybody. I know like Joshua Hatton called it, I think, a bittersweet symphony. So it's just like
Okay.
special to
love
hear
that song.
everybody feeling that. And but I mean, it did kind of like ring true, like parallels to a show where like I'm a big fan of like Voyager, except for like a couple episodes. I'm a big fan of like season 4 through the end.
Mm.
Which
And
couple episodes?
life signs, especially. But yeah, so he was saying like basically like he start Voyager like when 709 joins and it just like something switches and it makes you like love it even more, even though
Mhm.
every watch you love it even more. It just kind of like for some reason like he started having that feeling with Discovery. And I mean that's a feeling that I definitely had with Enterprise. Like by season 4, like so into T'Pol and Trip's
Oh my
relationship.
gosh,
And it was just like
yes.
by that time this and Shran having more of a role, and by the time the season
Yeah.
for Phlox, and you're just like, wait a minute, like I needed way more of this. It was just getting like it was always good, but it's just getting the level of like transcending how good a TV show is to become like
Yeah.
your favorite things. So
hmm
cool to hear those parallels and everybody talking about how like it's not like I'm starting to believe that it actually is going to be a really good watch.
Nice.
And just knowing we're going to miss them makes me love them, like makes me treasure every moment. So I can't wait.
Speaking of treasure, we've added a poll in the live chat. The question is,
Ooh.
what do you think you will primarily feel while watching Discovery Season 5? Will you feel bittersweet, excitement, sadness, or gripped? Will you be like edge to edge? I can't let go. What is it going to be, everybody? Make your predictions now.
Hmm.
Think
And
the
while you
spin-off
do that,
are tolerable.
you what?
Like the idea that Starfleet Academy is probably a spin-off will make it more tolerable. Like,
Yeah.
That's a great
and that
point.
we're gonna get Section 31.
Do we remember what was it? It's going to be sometime next year, right? Section
We don't know
31.
for sure,
We
but
don't
yeah,
know.
like it.
It's gotta be. I mean, they might be done
Unless-
shooting it already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
I
are,
mean,
aren't they? Or close to?
They said like end of March, and I haven't seen any
Okay.
like no
Yeah.
Toronto implications of like tweeted about it. But
Mhm.
yeah, I'll endure.
Well, it is
Right.
possible if we go by Alex Kurtzman's timeline.
Yeah.
It is possible that we could see Section 31 by the end of the year
hmm
because given his window of 6 to 8 months of post, that would leave us at November.
Sure,
Yeah.
and that's for
And
an
that's for
entire
10,
season.
yeah.
Mhm.
And this would just be like basically what amounts to be like one
A
or
movie.
2 episodes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, it could, you're right. Could be this
Mhm.
year, end of this year.
It'd be nice.
That would be great.
Better
They
be.
should do that.
Mhm.
I cannot wait to have that be part of the Lappies.
I
We've been waiting
know.
forever to have something other than just series. I want to mix
Yeah.
some
Right.
movies in there. And Star Trek
Yeah.
4 is coming out soon, I hear.
Right. Do we have any new news about Star Trek 4?
Was an article
I
about
covered
that.
them Friday. It's like rehashing their Friday.
Bummer. I'm sure there is some Star Trek 4 news because, oh dear, oh no, oh
It's like-
dear,
It's
oh
a-
no.
What?
It's from, yes, there is some Star Trek 4 news, you guys,
yeah,
but
I
it's
forgot.
from giant
forgot.
freaking robot.com. No offense. No offense.
Oh my God.
No offense. But
That's amazing.
giant,
Why did you even click on it and give them the click? Ugh.
because they're still trying and they're covering Star Trek, and I'm
They're trying,
appreciate
all
that.
right.
Robots are cool.
It's a giant freaking robot.
Mhm.
That's awesome.
I do like their names.
Yeah. I feel like with Star Trek 4
Such a
news, it's
fun-
like if we don't, it's like if a tree falls in the forest, does it make a sound if you're not there to hear it? Like, is there news if we don't see it? I think it's like always happening, right? A tree falls down in the forest, it's definitely going to
It's
make
always-
noise, but if nobody's there, you know what I mean? So even if we're not actually seeing the Star Trek news, there's always Star Trek news. Somebody's writing something, somebody's having a meeting about
Mhm.
something, Star Trek 4, I should say.
Yeah, that's an interesting point, but mainly about that saying about a tree falling in the woods doesn't make a sound. I've never really fully understood that, because of course it still makes a sound. So why are we asking that question?
Like,
Is
how
it because,
self-evolved is it that you think your own ears have to hear it to validate it making a sound?
well,
Mhm.
right, that's a very egocentric point of view. Like, that's the center of the universe kind of point of view. I didn't hear it, so no, it didn't make a sound. Nope, didn't happen. I didn't
Mhm.
see it, didn't happen. But then at the same time, they say perception is reality, right? So does that mean non-perception equals non-reality? I
don't
guess
know.
that's what that
I
implies,
guess
right?
that
But then,
means the Earth really is flat. Because nobody has ever seen a flat Earth.
I really want,
Wait, what?
I really want a reality show where 7 flat earthers travel to the edge of the Earth to prove us all wrong.
They go to the
Yeah.
ice wall.
And they just keep going, and they just, like, that's what the reality show is. They
Yeah.
just, I will
They
donate.
just keep
We
going.
need a GoFundMe, Kickstarter, Indiegogo, Give, Send, Go, whatever.
Oh
Facebook
my God.
dollar thing.
Mhm.
I'll pay. I'll give like a month's salary for this thing. That is going to be the greatest show ever.
It really would.
So serious.
I want to watch that show too.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Because we would get to know them, right? There'd be like 7 of them, and we'd get some of our favorites. There'd be some of them were like, this person's just misguided, or the other one were like, wow, I don't like her, she's mean, she's a
Yeah.
troublemaker. And we'd get to know them, and then like by episode 8 they get to like the end of the Earth, and we're like, okay, you drop the penny off of it, go to the end of the Earth and drop the penny off of the Earth, or get a cat to knock the cup off of the Earth.
I love that. I love that meme.
Yeah, come on, I got it. This is, and we have like episodes 8, 9, and 10. It's just all about them going like, I swear it's around here somewhere. The end. Did you check on over that hill? Yeah, let's go check this hill for the end of the Earth.
And
Maybe
then
it's around.
with this flat Earth, are you able to walk around the edges?
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
Yeah, I'm
What?
sure it's like a circular, right? Or are we square?
What's
Do you go to like a point
It's like
and
the
then it's like a
map.
90
They
degree
want it to be
angle?
like the map, only round.
Are we talking Mercator projection? Because then Greenland
I
is
know,
like
right?
bigger than South
I know.
America.
Right.
I know. It doesn't make any
And
sense.
Nova Scotia is way bigger than it has any
Fucking Mercator
right
projection.
being.
Scotia's not very big in general. And even on a Mercator map, it really doesn't look that big.
Anyway.
Mark Zutkoff says the Earth is still sitting on the back of a turtle. Unfortunately, it's a ninja turtle.
Whoa.
I love it.
Not sure how I feel about that.
Mm.
Okay, anyway, so we are closing this poll before we move on to the final article. What do you think you will primarily feel while watching Discovery Season 5? 7% said sadness. I
Great
know.
sadness, great loss.
12% said gripped. 23% said excitement. A Jedi needs not those things, though, I'll tell you that much. And 56% said, hey, everybody says it's bittersweet. I'm going to go with bittersweet.
Nice.
Don't overthink it, what they're saying. Not me. Okay, so lastly, we go to screenrant.com. This is a fun article. Oh, this is also our good buddy, John Orchiola, aka Back of the Head. Check it out. It reads, Anson Mount is proud. Star Trek Strange New Worlds can be a lot of different things. Here's a quick summary, which is always great. Keeps things easy for us. Star Trek Strange New Worlds takes a bold approach with boundary-pushing episodes and a return to classic episode format. That's true. Anson Mount praises the show's flexibility and accessibility for new viewers, allowing for fresh storytelling within the Star Trek universe. Mount highlights, oh, I was thinking that was a mountain. Mount highlights the importance of balancing episodic storylines with character arcs, setting the show apart from the serialized style of Star Trek Discovery. They really can do anything they want on that show. They have no boundaries.
Yeah.
They have no rules. They can do a time travel episode. They can do a, something with animated characters coming over. They can do an animated episode. We saw a scene that was animated.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
So kind of to just like summarize this one, because I know we're running out of time.
Yeah, please.
And also my dad got dinner that's upstairs.
Ooh, what'd you get?
Pasta from Anna Maria's. So basically like Ethan Peck and Anson Mount were in Toronto Comic-Con, and they were just talking about like how cool it is because like those episodic themes, and you never know what kind of genre it's going to be, like balance out so well with the longer arcs. And I think that really is true. But they also, John Orchiola said, it's also in keeping with something Melissa Navia said recently. Season 3 promises incredible things. And I believe that was on a panel that Ryan T. Husk moderated at STSM.
Well, that was fun. She was great to interview. Lots of fun.
Oh, good. I can't even wait.
BL says pull face from Ryan closing the poll. Do I make pull face when I close the polls too?
Oh yeah. All poll adjacent activity brings poll face.
True that. True that.
Barry F says chocolate gives me a headache. Man, the live chat is popping. And Joel says hot dog pasta with pineapple.
Oh my God.
Anne Marie, is that you?
No, but they get interesting.
All right, well, let's talk about this week ahead, everybody. Before we do that, though, of course, let's talk about yesterday on the Seventh Rule YouTube channel. We released our full review of the Next Generation episode, The Vengeance Factor, with very special guest Lisa Wilcox, who everybody knows played Yuta on that episode. So cool. So Yuta, Sirach, and I talk about the Vengeance Factor. She's amazing. She's cool. Great interview. Great time. Go check it out. The full review is right now available on the Seventh Rule YouTube channel. Now, tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific, that's Wednesday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern time, on the Falling Tower YouTube channel, we are doing, we're doing animated shows, cartoon spin-offs. And we are so excited to present to you, myself, Dr. Noor, meteorologist Katie Nicolau, reviewing the first episode of Avatar: The Last Airbender on Netflix. Okay. Okay, everybody. So did we love it? Did we hate it?
Always watching Avatar.
Find out 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern time on Wednesday on the Falling Tower YouTube channel. For those of you that like Avatar: The Last Airbender. Maybe I loved it. Then on Friday at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern time, live, come right back to this channel, the Virtual TrekCon channel, for Star Trek and Chill. We talk Star Trek, we chill, we talk beverages. Sometimes we don't even really chill, but we usually chill. It's a lot of fun and it's live, and we want you to be part of that show very much. Then on Sunday at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern Time on the Seventh Rule YouTube channel, we are releasing our first segment review of Star Trek The Next Generation Season 3, Episode 14, A Matter of Perspective.
Ooh, so good. Watching on Star Trek.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I feel about that one, but we'll find out on Sunday. I think that's it for this week, right?
It's a matter of
And also, hi, Mom. She's watching while she drives.
She's watching while she drives?
Yeah, she's driving to my sister's house in Connecticut.
Oh,
and she was like, oh, my alerts are going to go off to watch main viewer from the car. I was like, Mom, you don't have to. That must be boring. She's like, no, you guys are fun.
Can I mention in the live chat, Dead Purple 7 says, I'm still waiting on a watch the first Fraggle Rock.
Yeah.
Wait, I feel like I knew that Ryan isn't a Fraggle Rock fan.
Stage kids,
I don't like.
I
thought those things were hideous.
That's like the
I was like, ew. These guys are gross.
It was
why I had to mention it.
It was amazing.
Oh no, Jenny always gonna bring her Fraggle
Hey,
Rock toys.
You're such a doozer. Or whatever.
You know what? You know what Gobo thinks about that?
Oh my gosh, you have a
Gobo says, you're a jerk.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh, Gobo. All right.
Gobo.
Anyway, Gobo.
He's hideous.
You know, Fraggles are Canadian, right? Yeah.
Oh, is that right? No wonder I don't like them.
Mm-hmm.
But
so do all Canadians love them? Is it like your national bird or something?
Yeah.
I don't know, actually. But if you like Muppets, you
It's
like
so
the
good.
Fraggles. Come on, Ryan.
If you like garbage that talk, it's so fun.
Well, see, I want them to watch it because I know how much he just likes that show.
Oh, also everybody, next month on the Falling Tower YouTube channel is new. All new shows. Could be animated, could be comedic, could be Muhammad would be like, what about long form drama? No, those sound terrible. But it could be that. It really could. It could be sci-fi.
Amazing.
It could be, you know, underwater adventures, whatever you want, whatever new shows there are. So if you'd like to make a suggestion for us, we also have some very special new guests to bring on. We'll be announcing that later. If you have some ideas of some brand new shows, they could be good, they could be bad. If you want them to be a terrible show and just watch us squirm, go ahead.
Like
when this live show is over, remember to hit refresh, and then the comment section will drop down in the comments below. Give us your suggestion for the Falling Tower Watch the First podcast. Anything that's new, like something that's out right now or just came out in 2024, something like that, and we will review it. Maybe. That's it. So that way Muhammad and I will be able to pick and choose from all these new shows, and it'll be a doozy.
Or a doozer.
Amazing.
I'm sorry.
All right, everybody. So Jenny R. Johnson, can you tell everybody where they can find you and your Fraggle collection?
Yes.
Online.
Yes, you can find, well, yeah. You can find me online and my social media, Jenny R. Johnson Art, except on Twitter where I'm Jenny R. Johnson. I was wondering what that was earlier.
I know. Is it green?
He kept sticking it to his ear. I started a new painting, and you can watch me paint it. Kind of, yeah. And also my website, jennyrjohnson.com.
Fantastic, everybody. What about you, Melissa Longo?
On social media at Melissa Longo, Malissa, and the introvertedrepublic.com at Walking Art Made by Melissa, and Walking Art Made by Melissa on Patreon. Lots of things happening there. And Three Fat Lobsters, as well as these wonderful shows.
Oh, I forgot to read a text from Muhammad who says, he's Leoben.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Anne-Marie doesn't know what that means yet, but she will.
Okay.
Dr. Anne-Marie Siegel, what about you? Where can people find you online?
Twitter at Anne-Marie Siegel 1.
Are you going to Creation Entertainment's STLV Trek to Las Vegas?
You know it. Oh my God, it's like my favorite holiday of the year.
It is like a holiday.
It
It's
is.
summer
I
camp
live for
for
that.
us.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
our summer camp.
Oh,
Yeah.
much fun.
And it's our birthdays.
Oh, right. That's
yeah,
true.
and I turned 40 at it. Yes.
Oh my God.
Oh.
All right.
You can tell us
Everybody-
all what it's like.
I know. I was just
Yeah.
thinking that.
Would that be nice?
You have to let us know what being
Mhm.
40
What
is
to look
like.
forward to in like 10 to 12
Yeah.
years. Yeah.
The best.
Everybody,
nice
you can find me online at Ryan TG Husk on Twitter. Again, that's twitter.com at Ryan TG Husk, or just virtual TrekCon, Falling Tower, or the Seventh Rule on your favorite social media, but especially right here on YouTube.
Woohoo.
That's right. That was an
Yeah.
owl.
Um,
So thank you very much to Zanzus, Benjenium, Bob D, John Davis, Dave Gregory, Joel, Dead Purple 7. She says, as if Jenny wasn't cool enough, she got a Fraggle. Allison Leach Hyde, Mark Zutkoff or Zutkoff, Barry F. We see all of you. Thanks for hanging out with us. May Borello, who is also at STSF, Terry Rose, BL, Robert Kaiser, KL Bliss. We were showing off your pillow earlier, KL. Good stuff
Mhm.
there. And happy birthday to Faith Howell, everybody. Make sure you wish her a happy birthday. Thanks very much for hanging out with us, everybody. We will see you next time. Remember, when this live show ends, or if you're not watching live, hit the refresh button, comments drop down, make your suggestions, tell us what you think about Starfleet Academy and what you want Falling Tower to review next. When you want to talk about Starfleet Academy, everybody, put it on the main viewer. We have owls.